Well, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me for your 10 a.m. news and weather update. I'm Bailey Bockover. Well, it was a different scene out there this morning as it felt a lot cooler. I didn't think I'd be wearing a long sleeve dress now that I am inside. But I didn't think that I'd be wearing this today as we are still in early September, but feeling absolutely beautiful out there. I hope many of you got to enjoy that this morning. For now, I do want to hop to a story. Over 1,000 cyclists rode in a tribute to Bike MS in historic New Bern. Our Haley Hollinger was there and has this story.
Biking for a cause.
It's amazing. This morning we had our I Ride with MS cyclists leave out the ride, start the ride for us. So they're all riding, wearing their I Ride with MS jerseys. And it was just like one of those moments that gives you goosebumps, which was very cool.
MS, or multiple sclerosis, is a disease where the immune system attacks protective nerves. The disease affects nearly 1 million people in the U.S., according to the National MS Society, and is what Bike MS riders are riding to help cure.
The charity is amazing. I don't have any relation to anyone with MS, but it's just amazing what this organization does and how they raise money.
Rose Anderson has been doing the New Bern ride for the last 5 years, and although the rides can get tough,
I don't feel my legs. I can feel my legs, but
she loves riding.
I just like to ride, and then this gives me a reason.
Almost 1,200 cyclists attended this year's Bike MS ride. In New Bern, Haley Hollinger, WITN News.
And that was Haley Hollinger reporting. It certainly would be a beautiful day to go out for a bike ride today. Meteorologist Russell James is here with us, just turning on his mic so we can hear him and hear all the great news about this beautiful forecast that we have for the week, Russell.
Absolutely. I mean, this is definitely another quiet week on tap for much of the east. We're going to be seeing temperatures into the 70s and 80s over the next several days. In fact, this morning, we had low temperatures into the 60s across several spots, even some 50s mixing in, and got down to 74 degrees last night in Hatteras. But looking like right now, temperatures sitting into the 70s, 64 currently in Roanoke Rapids, 73 down in Hatteras, 69 degrees also in Jacksonville. We are running roughly a few degrees cooler than it was around this time yesterday, so definitely the cold front that's in our area is making its presence known as of right now, and it's definitely quite breezy today. We've seen sustained winds at around 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting to 30 from Manio down towards Hatteras and even into Beaufort. So as we take a look ahead at your forecast for today, we're going to have milder conditions, mainly cloudy skies with some sunshine from time to time. And then heading into Tuesday, we'll see some nice weather, low humidity. But then going into Wednesday, we're going to watch out for a few coastal showers and maybe some increasing clouds from time to time. Meanwhile, areas further inland will remain rather dry. And speaking of which, look at these temperatures, not a single 80-degree temperature on our afternoon planner. So temperatures going from 76 up to 78. We'll have that northeasterly breeze over our area. And this is the reason why. We've had essentially a cold air wedge setting up. High pressure to the west, allowing for a northeasterly flow. The mountains is serving as a block, forcing that cooler air further south and west. That's going to allow temperatures at night to drop down into the low 60s and even some 50s mixing in, potentially going into the weekend. So again, this is something that we are not really used to seeing, in at least this early in the month. We're normally talking about seeing temperatures at night generally into like the low 70s, upper 60s mixing in. And again, you know, when you look at our next big impact, that cold front that passed through last night is going to be passing well off our coast. And then notice you start seeing some showers trying to sneak in, but as long as we have that persistent northeasterly flow, not much is really going to amount, at least in terms of rain chances. So at least for right now, we're keeping things fairly spotty to isolated as we go through at least Wednesday. And then going towards the end of the week right now, there's a lot of uncertainty in terms of how quiet it will remain, at least in terms of the low rain chances. But again, that's something that will adjust accordingly over the coming days. And tropics, nice and quiet. So again, as we take a look at your 8-day outlook, temperatures over the coming days will remain into the 70s, low 80s Overnight lows 50s and 60s. This is as good as it's going to get in the month of September. So again, nice weather.
Yeah, absolutely nice weather. It's feeling like fall out there. I feel like I'm already wearing my long sleeve. Maybe too hot for long sleeve later today, but we'll be inside so we don't have to worry about that. But what about high risk of rip currents?
Yes, there is a high risk of rip currents for today, and that's mostly due to the north to south longshore currents that's taking place along the immediate coast, and more than likely that high rip current risk may extend even going into your Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's definitely something that we'll watch closely over the next several days, but at least for right now, things are looking good.
Perfect. Thank you, Russell. Well, that's all the time that we have for this hour. You can join us back here at 11 for more news and weather updates.